Hey guys, PSChamber here. I'm here with another video, and today what we're going to be discussing is the question, should you be going back to No Man's Sky? So when No Man's Sky launched last year, it was as gorgeous and atmospheric as it was hollow and dull. A game that was perfect for some mindless relaxation, but not the space sim it at first appeared to be. Hello Games haven't left it to rot, however, and it's been fattened up with a bunch of beefy updates that add a slew of new features. During development, one question kept being asked: what actually is No Man's Sky? At launch, the answer remained unclear. It dipped its toe into the survival and crafting genre, walking sims and space sims, but it never really committed. Survival lacked any of the tension that's normally associated with games like DayZ or Don't Starve. There were a few interesting things to craft, and hunting down resources quickly became a slog. The universe itself was too static and underdeveloped for a space sim, as was the mindless combat, and there wasn't all that much to do on the gazillion planets, making it a pretty dreary walking simulator, albeit on a grand scale. Through the Foundation and Pathfinder updates, Hello Games have re-evaluated, tweaked, and added to every single one of these facets, lavishing so much stuff onto the game that they could very well have been paid DLC, and it wouldn't have seemed strange, though it would have undoubtedly caused a lot of gnashing of teeth and ranting and raving, mostly in the always enlightening pit of despair known as the Steam customer reviews. Construction is the headline edition. Elaborate bases can be stitched together from a multitude of components, from large rooms and functional bits of tech to fancy decorative items that make these sci-fi compounds feel lived in. Slapping everything together is easy, with parts snapping into place, then connecting rooms and corridors, or creating towers that you can slap a flag on top of to feel really important. The building editor is simultaneously simple and ripe for experimentation, getting those creative juices flowing without forcing you to worry about too much difficulty. Buildings serve a practical purpose too, eschewing the aimlessness that previously cursed the game. Importantly, they make planets feel more permanent, since you can plonk a teleporter down and always head back there whenever you want. And they can also house a whole host of new alien and robotic pals to hang out with. These workers can be invited to join this worthy endeavor by visiting the space stations where they congregate to play cards and collect their dole. When put to work, they give out blueprints that expand the list of things that can be built, as well as offering quests that make exploration more meaningful. Exploring on foot in No Man's Sky is terrible. It's far too slow when the worlds are so massive and largely devoid of interesting things, requiring you to hoof it back to the ship whenever you want to actually get anywhere. The problem with that is ships are terrible for planetary exploration, as their scanners only pick up buildings and points of interest, not resources. Lots of time is wasted jumping in and out of them, as well as plutonium, which gets gobbled up every time the ship takes off. Getting some wheels solves that problem. Not only are they faster and safer, they can be fitted with long-range scanners, weapons, mining lasers, and other components that make them more effective. Exploration becomes fun again, rather than frustrating. Another patch is expected to appear soon that will allow you to use vehicles on any planet, but in the meantime you can only use them on your home world, where you've constructed a base. However, reaching that point where things stop being a pain takes a bit of time. There are so many new resources and blueprints that it can be a bit bewildering. And if you've already spent a lot of time with No Man's Sky, it can be a bit dull going around and gathering everything you need to start feeling like you're making progress. Thankfully, there's a creative mode that strips out all danger as well as resource gathering, so it's possible to just go wild and start building whatever one's heart desires. Space has been similarly improved. Ship choice matters now, thank goodness. Vessels both have classes and quality ratings, determining the role they are suited for, like hauling cargo and fighting, and how good they are at doing that. So there's a reason to hunt down new ships beyond the size of their cargo bays, and conveniently it's possible to own more than one. There's a new type of vessel too, the freighter. These are incredibly expensive, incredibly massive behemoths that can be purchased and summoned when more inventory space is required, and they can be customized as well. Becoming a bounty hunter is still a pretty superficial experience, unfortunately. If you fought one pirate, you fought them all. There's not an ounce of nuance to the combat, and there's nothing more annoying than being forced into a battle for the 100th time. Even with more combat-focused vessels, it continues to feel like a hassle rather than a viable path. It's a shame too, because it sort of makes fighters a bit pointless. Why would you flit around in a tiny ship with only a small cargo hold just to fight the same battles over and over again? Other issues persist too. The universe still feels static without proper factions, and the overarching Atlas objective and the search for the center of the galaxy continue to be utterly hollow experiences that offer no reasons to engage with. And while the procedural generation has improved, creating more colorful worlds with greater diversity, it's not quite there yet. Still, No Man's Sky has undeniably come a long way since August. It's genuinely impressive, the amount of new features that have found their way into the game, It's evocative of early access, not because it's unpolished or buggy, but because there's been an explosion of new systems and bold changes. A feeling that it's still growing and evolving, and like an early access title, it seems like it's waiting for something to tie it all together. There's an important piece that's still missing. What that piece isn't obvious. It can be a better, clearer narrative, a more reactive universe, proper factions, but there definitely needs to be something that serves as the glue. In the meantime, there's the photo mode. Every game should have it, but No Man's Sky in particular benefits from it a great deal. It's a striking game already, and the powerful camera tool enhances it dramatically with a big list of filters. The ability to tweak things like fog and cloud coverage, as well as the time of day, even the position of the sun can be fiddled with. It's brilliant. Photo mode of the year. So, what do you guys think about going back to No Man's Sky and playing it? Let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, I've started playing it recently, and I'm enjoying all the new updates. And just today, the have been working on patches, and they're adding in things for like graphics and frame rate stuff, and fixing all the things that we didn't really like about the game at first when it first came out, which is great because they're working a lot faster compared to what they were working at when they first released the game. Thank you guys for watching this video. This has been PSChamber. Remember to comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.